If I had to describe this show, it'd be like if The Matrix, capitalism, and Steve Jobs had a baby. And I mean that in the best possible way. Pantheon is an anime sci fi series that explores a futuristic world where human consciousness can be uploaded to the internet, allowing people to live on as digital upload intelligence, or UI for short. The story follows two protagonists, Maddie and Caspian. Both teenagers are affected in different ways by the existence of UIs. This conflict explores what it means to be a human and how far one's love can extend to someone who no longer has a physical body, along with the implications for the progression of technology and humanity. So, one thing I really like about this show is how modern it feels. The characters utilize technology in a very realistic way and use actual real world tech phrases, making the world feel a lot more realistic for it, along with how the world reacts to and uses the technology of UIs. From wide eyed optimists seeing only the good it can do, to shady businessmen experimenting on the poor to perfect their technology and make a profit, while governments weaponize UIs and turn them into an arms race, while trying to keep the common people in the dark to stop the spread of chaos, all while the UIs are essentially turned into slaves or kept in the dark about the possible dangers of using their powers. The characters in the shows are very well written, having their own flaws and ambitions driving them to do what they do. You really feel for Maddie and her mother when dealing with the new reality of their loved one being turned into a UI. Maddie's mother rejects the idea of her husband's digital existence as she's already grieved for his death years ago, while Maddie's open to accepting him due to her struggling to adapt to a reality without him in it, while the father himself is just trying to make sense of what he even is. The show frames all sides in a very nuanced way, making you feel for all three of them. This is also helped by the great voice cast for the show. My only complaint will be the audio of the show sounding just a bit off, but it's still watchable. Now, I'm about to head into some major spoiler territory, so if you don't want to be spoiled, just skip to the timestamp and hear my conclusion. Now, imagine discovering that your entire identity, the essence of who you are, is built on a lie. What I would consider one of the best aspects of the show will be Caspian's story. To give some context, Stephen Holstrom was essentially this world's Steve Jobs. He's the founder of UI and the company called Logarithm. He tried to figure out the flaw of UI, but ultimately was unable to in his lifetime. To help carry on his legacy, he made a clone of himself. This clone was Caspian. Throughout his whole life, he has essentially been groomed to be Stephen, exactly like him, down to his past experiences and traumas, literally living in a real life simulation without him even knowing. Also, he could take Stephen's place. Caspian runs away from everyone trying to figure out who he is and trying to become his own person. This show is really good at handling very heavy topics and discussing them in a very nuanced way, both the negative and positives of the human identity. Overall, I give this show a 9 out of 10. It's on Netflix. Go and show the show some love. Like and subscribe if you want or not. I'm just some critic and signing off.